The Game Changers Podcast.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day, Mzansi. Remember, we are the people. We are the patient, and moreover, we are the Game Changers. Welcome to the Game Changers Podcast. I'm your host, Mwapi Mikereta, probably known as the Prof. And I'm not alone now with my co-host, Lira. How are you?
Hi. I'm all good. First time outdoors. 50 days.
Salolof.
Bora.
Never go fired. Yeah.
Legally.
Fired.
Tshwarelo baratu
Yes, I
wehle.
will give my leave.
Apologies.
Going to leave before even Ukatale Slim.
How about
You-
why
you haven't
why
even-
are you attacking me like this?
We probably.
Yeah. I apologize. Mara, it was not leave.
It
It
was
was
what?
just one shoot I was absent. Just one.
How do you know?
Which one?
I know.
Which one?
Last week.
And the other clips,
Which one?
were you in
I was
Joburg?
there. Come on, guys. Come on. Game changers, please.
Don't involve
They are
them.
taking me.
You don't come to work.
I feel attacked. We are laughing here before the camera
We want
is
to go-
rolling. And then have a reaction. Hey, people are giving themselves leave. Yeah.
Hi.
Mara,
Yeah.
I'm here and I missed you guys. I missed you so much. I'm happy to see
To
Hi.
see who.
all of you.
Yeah.
New guy.
Everyone.
Yeah, man.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
You
I'm
look
good.
good. You
I'm
look good. Raotseba Zaza, good.
Hey,
Yeah.
Banda.
Yeah, I'm good, Mr. Martin.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those days.
It's spring.
Yeah, it's beautiful outside, man.
It's spring, it's heritage, it's what?
Yeah.
Yeah, so lately, in fact, not late, yeah, lately, and even previous years, there's always, and I don't know if this environment is it becoming conducive, or is it what we call confrontational conversation, or maybe it's something that is toxic, because
Yes.
there's been this challenge between male and female, especially on the young adults, obviously arguing about what should be the role of the man, what should be the role of the women, how should we love, how should we not be loved, and stuff like that. How others are useless, how others are good. So, and this brought me to something else, to think, to dwell into parenting as young people, and to also ask if our parenting system, is it through the inheritance of what we have gotten from our parents, or is it something that we are trying to mold for the future? And if that is the case, how are we ensuring in our parenting that we ensure that the future of our young children becomes more successful than the ones that we had? And how do we plan around succession plan? So yeah.
Well, it's interesting that you'd relate our gender wars, if I
Yeah.
may say, our gender wars with parenting,
Yeah.
because really it is a part and parcel of the whole system of growing up. I mean, even as young girls and young boys growing up, we've been having all these gender wars, and now lately it's a lot having feminists rising,
Yeah.
relationships failing, having children everywhere. Like it's really a lot. So it's very interesting that you mentioned that, and also brings us to that point where it boils down to relationships, success, parenting, and feminism.
Okay. New guy, what do you think?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's diverse.
It is. It is definitely.
So,
It's very diverse.
I think we 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 are battling with the old system and our own system. So uh, we patch and paste.
Mm.
So it's very difficult, man. Because of the aim is to prosper, to build a good woman and to build a good woman. So it's very very difficult, man.
To build a good woman and to build a good woman.
A good family. Share.
What did I say?
You said building a good woman and a
You-
good woman.
You'd watch yourself afterwards.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, we are giving our best, you know,
Yeah.
in this because of as a parent, we are trying to hide our kids, to bad things out there. The world is too bad, man. So I think it's give us a challenge, and I always say there's no correct formula,
Yeah.
and it becomes a struggle. Which way? Because of as a parent, when you raise your kids, you're wondering, or the legacy you are leaving will make them their life easier. So it's a tough, man. It's very difficult.
Mara,
Man.
we've grown up, ne? Like
Yeah.
we are here sitting about talking about parenting.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hey, we are calling phrases like as a parent,
Anna.
raising my kids. Cool, like that sounds very nice.
That's beautiful, man.
It is. It is. You've got kids.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have? Do you have kids? I don't know, guys. You have kids. You are parents.
We'll
You
get,
know what?
we'll get into that at the end of the.
I want to know.
No,
you-
Mara,
you
like
get
I
into
want
that.
to know.
No,
The reason
no,
I'm asking, the reason I'm asking is because I want to know, like, when we're talking about all this parenting and gender, what wars or
Yeah.
frictions, like Luna Libua, from what point
Angle.
are you speaking as a person looking? Now, if
Mr.
now
Kereta?
people know, our game changers know I'm a mom.
Yeah.
Prof,
They
Are you
know.
a father?
prof,
Give out loud to my fella, like,
You guys-
you
you're
guys,
father.
you have kids.
prof.
You guy, are you a father?
Yeah. Man,
Kappa, hey, okay, just tell us from what
You
guys,
angle
you're
or
father.
what perspective. Maybe
if,
you
if,
work
if,
with
if you can
kids.
recall Ricardo, I'm
Yeah.
saying Ricardo.
Give us a what's up, because hey, people on this podcast
He's-
have
he's
names.
He's missing his manager. What
Oucho, you love your job. You love your job.
I'm on leave.
That's why. That's why.
Yeah.
That's
you
why.
wanted to say?
I forget what I'm gonna say, but then.
Are you a parent?
Yes,
Was
I
the
am.
question.
If you could recall that on the previous episode, I don't know whether it's out. We were talking about I can't remember what is the topic, but then I mentioned there that I can't remember, man.
Just tell
you will
us
help
what
me.
you want to tell us.
Where I've said I was actually I am stepfather.
Yes, you
So,
did mention that.
I
And
don't
we
know.
gave you a high five for that.
Yes.
You are a father
And
that
someone
stepped.
said to me, T-Man said to me, I'm emotional when we talk about this. It was that
Oh yeah,
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 so-
yeah.
Yeah, I
it was on
remember.
that episode. I don't know
Yeah, I
whether it's out or
remember.
not.
It's not.
So yes,
You are a father.
biologically I got 3 kids, boys. A father of boys.
And,
That's
and how
nice.
many
Yeah.
bonuses do you have?
Yeah.
Bonus kids?
She's a girl. It's
It's only one.
One.
it's only one.
You're a
Yes,
father of 4.
definitely.
Nice.
Amandla.
Away too.
Yeah.
I thought I was saying
Yo,
it.
wasebenza naye. Awungishayele la. Ngabukisa ngamuringa.
No, here's the thing. I like to know. Are you a father?
Yeah.
Look at me.
So you spoke about inheritance. What is it? Legacy. So I saw this post on Twitter.
Are you diversing? Are you digressing?
Not on Twitter, but on Facebook.
Wow.
So this person was placing the video of Penwell. I think it was
Galway.
on Itu's podcast or something. Yeah. So he was listening to Penuel, and Penuel said he wants to make a lot of children because he believes that children are a legacy. So that guy from America, I can't remember him, he argues that making children is not legacy, but it's just an inheritance or something like that. He was playing along those lines.
Those lines, huh?
Yeah, so people are arguing, especially those who are coming from Africa, that legacy shouldn't, not legacy, man. Yeah, legacy shouldn't be measured with inheritance because they mean two different things. So I don't know. How do you mean when you say you want to create a legacy that is
For me, I think stand to be corrected.
yeah.
Legacy is something sustainable,
Okay.
so that they do not struggle while I'm not here. But so that they can pass on to another and pass on. Like maybe if I ever have a farm,
Yeah.
they will able to sustain their lives. I think
Will not that befall under inheritance?
Okay,
think,
so basically you're trying to note the differences between inheritance and legacy. Yes.
Yeah.
Mara, well, in my opinion,
Yeah.
is what will remain after
Exactly.
you leave
Exactly.
the earth.
Yeah.
You know, I think that is what will stay behind. So legacies are different. Legacies are different for
Yeah.
each person. So for one, it could be leaving your family name behind. You know, so that when you leave, somebody or somebody carries your name on.
Yeah.
It could be wealth. When you leave, your wealth is still there to take care of, you know, the people that you leave behind. So I think legacy is different for everyone.
Okay.
And
That-
I think also every person leaves a legacy behind. Depends what kind or what type or how good or how bad your legacy is.
so you said legacy is something that is sustainable, that can go beyond
I
even
think
after you are dead.
you've lived
You have
this.
perished, yes. So what if it ends on your second generation?
Then your legacy ended on your second generation.
Now,
Like there are people who ish, my mind just there are people who have wealth, for example, their pension funds, and
Yeah.
in my opinion, that is not wealth, that is money. So that is inheritance. Ne?
Okay.
That is not a legacy per se.
Yeah.
Yes. But now if you say you want to leave a legacy, you are saying that pension fund must multiply, it must make sure that it takes care of your kids, their kids, and their kids' kids, etc., etc.
So give us an example of what is wealth, that legacy wealth.
An example of legacy wealth.
Yes. You
Or
said
like
legacy
the
is wealth. Yes.
legacy wealth as a legacy.
Yes.
Right. So perhaps you have this man who just passed, Mr. Ackerman.
Yeah.
I think he's a person who left wealth. Remember in our communities,
Yeah.
we've got our dads or moms who have their businesses.
Yeah.
They have a shop.
Yeah.
Ne? A spaza shop.
Mm.
You've seen, man, when a person dies and shop yakwala,
Yeah.
nobody continues ka shop anymore
Yeah.
because we think ntho e tsamaile le monga yona.
Yeah.
But people like Raymond Ackerman. Right. Raymond Ackerman o entse Pick and Pay.
Mm-hmm.
And he made sure even if he's not there,
Yeah.
it continues.
Yeah.
We protect the business ya hae hore ha e sa ranwa ke yena hore like he's not actively involved in it.
Yeah.
So
He retired.
yes, It's all well, like even when he's not there, because there are people, there are processes are implementing and to make sure this is a well-oiled machine that can run on its own. So bana ba higher generation ya ho ya kwa ntse ba tlo benefita from Pick and Pay even years to come. La sa le siyo. So that is what I mean by saying batho ba bang ba ba na le wealth as a legacy.
New guy.
Uh, it's it raises a concern. You see, yeah, it raises a concern, uh, and it divides itself in so many ways. So, someone will agree with Fulrato, someone will not, because of
It depends on the perspective.
yeah, because of you have put a very powerful question saying, after the second generation, what
What's
if
gonna
it
happen?
ends? Yeah, bro. So it loses that meaningful legacy. You see, so it's broad. Maybe we can take it as the way she put it. Maybe the other way around.
All right. Game
Yeah.
changers, please tell us, what do you think about legacy, whether it should be in a form of inheritance or in a form of creating systematic ways of protecting your maybe your name,
Your clan name.
your clan name, maybe into, or maybe certain systems in how you operate, or maybe protecting your wealth. Let us know. We don't know. I think, yeah, as you said, it's a complex question and it has a diverse opinions on it.
I'm very interested in what you think.
Ooh,
Prof,
what's your take?
what's your
Okay,
take?
it's
What's your
fine.
take
It's fine.
on
It's fine.
legacy and on wealth?
Yeah, for me,
I think-
legacy, it's a combination of multiple of things. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And for me, the most important thing into legacy, it's systematic ways of your generations to come. The systems that you create, not only on the business, but also in the family. You can check, there are some families who have created that legacy of saying, no matter how stupid you are, but you are going to go to school, because there's a certain narrative they want to portray, or they want to embark into.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, someone would say, even though I have a business, but in order for you to access the shares and the accumulation of wealth within that particular establishment, you will first have to study at least something that is along the line of financial literacy or
Be
economics.
educated.
You can be a teacher, can be what, but for as long as you haven't studied financial
Literacy.
accountant, even if it's a basic, whether it's bookkeeping or something, or you haven't you migrate to something that is economical, like economic
Related.
economics, something that is economically related. They would ban force them to say all on their wheels and say, this is how it's supposed to be, and that will generate on how you will be able to acquire that position in that particular establishment or that firm. If you don't do so, if your nephews have done so, they qualify also as well to be on
To
that
be part of
establishment.
the wealth.
And also the systems of how you behave, of how you become proud of embracing the clan name as well.
Right.
So hence I'm saying it's a collective of things, but creating a system that will lead into ensuring that legacy you want to leave behind remains within the next 7 generations. So that is my take on legacy.
You make a very valid point, and you remind me of something. When I was in tertiary, there was one of the students there who had her mother just passed, ne?
Oh.
Before
Oh.
she,
Oh.
while she was in while she was in high school.
Okay.
ne? Her mother passed, and she had this condition that there were two of them,
Yeah.
the mother's children.
Yeah.
They must have a diploma at least
Yes.
for them to access their money,
Oh.
for them to get their inheritance.
Yeah.
You know what happened? That girl, she studied, she got
Yeah.
her diploma, she finished, and she got millions, and she blew it.
Yeah.
She blew it.
Blew it.
Like, she spent that money like nobody's business. And you'd think because she had went to school, she
Yeah.
had a diploma, you know, she kind of like had an idea what life was about.
Yeah.
She was older because I think she got her money when she was about 22.
Yeah.
She got her money and she blew it like it was nothing. So what now I want to say is, do you think that us as people, as especially as Black people, even if, because I know at university,
Yeah.
especially VUT, because
Yeah.
I was at VUT, I know this at the very first year we study accounting and we study entrepreneurship for every course.
Yeah.
Now we've got like basic accounting and basic entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Ne? So Mara, still this person went on to spend that money like it was nothing.
No,
So my question is, do you think that, don't you think that sometimes the way we are
conditions,
educated,
yeah.
or
Mm.
the value that we get from our education is not enough, especially relating to financial literacy?
Nah, lad, it's not that. You know, I think I'll have a different perspective through that. Ka Sotho re re, "Ona ba ntshetsa."
Nantshetsa bo mang?
Batswadi ba hae, whoever, because of it's like she felt like they have imposed into her, you need to have this so that you can access it, and it became a danger because of you are not instilling the knowledge why we are doing this. You see, there's family I know of. um, it's two girls. I think they were related to them. It's two. It's a boy and
The
girl.
side
Now,
comment.
their father left money for them, and the other one was still in school. He needed to reach 18 years to
get the money.
to accumulate that money. So the younger sister uses the money. Now they got nothing. And her sister uses the money, and even this one, and he finished the money at the end. When he reached 18 years, he spent like money like nobody's business.
So what are you
see?
saying?
So what I'm saying is that we left legacy without a correct foundation. We cannot blame a system.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
what they do.
Yes.
I wanted to go them. Let's say I have a farm. I teach my children at the younger age how to farm and how to take care of the whatever it's there in the farm. So I think the system, because of it's like you're pressurizing your kids that if you don't do this, it's as simple as go to church, you are not gonna eat. You see, so it's something wrong with that education.
And adding to that, Tumelo, you making like
New guy.
serious
New guy.
points. New guy. Hey, that's home. New guy. We went to school together, grade 8. You've been Tumelo for 5 years. And then today you tell me, oh, you new guy.
Actually, a new guy started in Titolo.
Yeah,
The
mix
name new guy
it. Yes.
Started in Titolo. Yeah.
He was
New guy.
mixed, he was new guy and mix it.
New guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mara, I
Yeah.
want to say, I want to make this point, guys, that what as parents, ne, as raising kids, kapa, as having been raised, we need to start, I don't know, we need to start ho hlokomela di-mindset tsa bana. You know, we need to start making sure that our kids have the correct mindset. We need to start educating them and I could say we heal their traumas even, because sometimes the are from a place of trauma. O thola hore, heno, you grew up also totally nix. You grew up without, how about like you struggle to get it? How about like you struggle to get it? The minute u thola tjhelete, like wahlanya. look at people, Honaja, like the people who are living, who are having good jobs, earning good money. Mara, they are not building wealth. Habana chelete, because they're buying expensive cars, expensive clothes. They are having all these wild parties, these experiences tse ba nang le tsona on credit kapa on debt kapa ba phela above
Their means.
their means. Ukila bana? So I think it goes back to that point of saying we need to get to because motho ha o ntso- ha o nka, like I see our kids mo Sharpeville. Ha ba bona bo abuti banana ba tsamaya ka dikoloi tse kgolo ba etsang ba nwa ba reka dibotlolo, they dress up ka mabanta a bona a shiny, they do all these things, and our children think these are the things that they aspire to. These are the things that they're
Becomes
trying
norm
to
to them.
get to. Woman, because those are the things that they are exposed to. Woman. So you get to you find children ngwana a sana le bo 18 try nahana ka hlong ya as soon as ke sebetsa I'm gonna be like this guy. Wa bona ngwana a fitla kopana le new guy ntate o look smart, you have sunglasses with muscles, you are all this. They try to mimic what they see. You understand? And then so ha le mnyane ha re mama ke batla dieta tse tshwanang le tsa mamang, you can't do it. Mama ke batla eng, you can't. Ha hola ngwana, you must believe ntho a tlo e etsa ka tjhelete ya hae,
Yeah.
they are going to buy clothes. You understand? I think we need to start thinking about when relating to parenting, we need to start thinking about who lokisa bana inside, like their mindsets, ke re ska ba hunda haholo. Sometimes explain to your child so that at least
Why are you
we won't
saving?
have
Yeah.
you'll be working so hard for dilemo. So ngwana ha o hlokahetse kapa when you're not there anymore ba kgone ho phela hantle, and then they just blow your money. Tjhelete o building in 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years sometimes, IJ in a year or two.
Yeah, I think maybe starting with what you have, the example that you have alluded into. Yeah, I'm Khotsuao.
It's a girl I knew.
Okay,
It's fine.
it's fine.
It's
But Dina
fine.
Hassan Cheleta from Dina, and it's fine.
It's fine. And
But-
we're part of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
ate.
No.
You
But
ate.
what I think is it's not the fault of the education. The most incorrect way that she started with was the intention. The intention was not to gain knowledge or education. The intention was to finish.
get the man.
Just to pass.
Yes, the
and
intention was
It
to
was
get
access
the man.
to the money. So when you talk about systems is not a condition on a will that is placed on a wheel.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Systems is systematic ways of reaching to the goal. That means you can't have one condition. So there have to be a couple of conditions, but that are intertwined.
I think actually, I think it must have started before the parent died. It must the education must have started whilst the child was still small.
Yeah, like Nuga have mentioned also. There has to be at least also some practical side of things, because we don't know the capabilities of our children and stuff like that. But even if we don't know their capabilities and they have choices, but let's leave them with certain skills, not knowledge, not education, but skill, something that you can be able to do. So even if you fail in attempting your dream goal, but there's a default place where you can befall it.
You don't have to start from scratch
Exactly.
anymore.
You have agricultural maybe knowledge. You know how to run the kettles. You know how to grow the kettles and stuff like that. So when the media side is not giving you what you anticipated, then you know what. Let me wear my gumboots and my overalls, and then let me go to agriculture back again. And the good thing is that you already have a start. You already have a financial muscle. Then the other thing that we can't shy away from, what I think is whether we try to be as lenient as we can, young people have to know this. No matter what, we have all gone through this. We have our own difficulties. We have our own experiences. That is not because our parents were doing those things deliberately. That is because it's your assignment. Guys, life is tough. Guys,
and it's going to be tough.
It's not for the
going to
sissies.
continue to be tough.
It's not for the sissies life, guys. I want to mention this because the problems that we are facing, they are preparing you for the worser things. So you need to get prepared and resolve those problems as a young teenager that we are facing. We faced bullying. There was a time, man, Tumelo maybe would recall, the only shoe that we had was the school shoes. So you went to church with the school shoes. We went to school. You went to the party with the school shoes. And not to say they should as well. You know what I'm saying is we had our own challenges, and that doesn't mean anytime when we get money, we are going to buy the shoes. No, we have learned.
You have healed from your traumas. You have healed from your
another
wounds.
experience is that you spoke about not having the access to certain clothing apparels and shoes and stuff like that, and you would like to have one
certain things
at the time you get your money. But I had a mentor. She was a principal, Miss Sophie. She was good because she was mentoring me on leadership. She told me that now my children from the younger age, they are grown men now and women. I told them they will not get any Nike, anything. They will get Ackermans and Pep clothing up until they manage to get their own and buy their own. And now they have everything. They have their own. They can even buy for themselves. You know. And she said they keep on, when they visit her, they keep on complimenting her and say, "We thank you for what you did for us." You know. So I think at some point, as we mature, there's a greater sense of learning about life and of understanding, and we tend to ignore that. But what makes us to ignore some of the things again is we clown ourselves all the time with people that we aspire, people that we take inspiration from. We are always in the group. We don't have time for our own selves at some point to reflect who we are, what we possess, and if the people that we are associated with are possessing or are helping us to, or enable us to get where we want to reach. So those are some of the things that are problematic. The other thing that is problematic is the environment. The environment that we are living in, it's not conducive for us to change. There's a term that I was talking about on our audio podcast. This term, it's an evolution or change or transformation, metamorphosis.
What?
Metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis.
Yes.
Oh.
So that's why we call him prof.
Metamorphosis.
It's a transformation. So it's like, before butterfly becomes butterfly, it starts with a caterpillar. Before a fly becomes a fly, it starts as a worm. So the process,
the transformation process is the
from a seed, from a seed to a tree, from a seed to a leaf.
Metamorphism.
So that is a transition. So that's how life. That's why I'm always saying the purpose of life, it's evolution.
Yes.
Yes. So you can't be the very same person from age
forever.
1 and now as we are 25. It can't happen. So
we're not 25, by the way. Okay.
For us to have that transition, unfortunately, to human beings, you need access to knowledge. You need access to experience, whether good and bad experience. But out of those two consequences, it's your responsibility to say, what am I doing? You might decide to say, I'm going to kill someone, but the consequences that you're gonna go in jail. You might say, okay, I'm going to spy this person by doing my best and becoming the best version of me. So the consequences of it is that you will be disappointing those who are not believing you. And the second thing is that you'll be enriching yourself where you wanted to become. So that's what I thought, I'm thinking. But going back to the initial question, why are we having so many battles or quarrels between the two of us as young men and young women of South Africa? Because the more we keep on doing this, I see us losing ourselves. I see us losing our country. I see us losing our envisaged future.
Right.
Especially when it comes to something like parenting. We know there are two sides of the stories.
Absolutely.
And others are struggling with the father of the child, and others are equally struggling with the mothers of the child. So how can we what let me start here. Where did we go wrong in terms of our family structures fading
Where
away?
did we go wrong?
Where
Well,
did we
there's the
go
song,
wrong?
Yeah.
I wanted to sing that. I cannot
Yes.
sing it. I think it's because of the what we see outside, and the problem is that it's with women.
Yeah.
The problem is with women.
Yeah. Now
Here we go again.
Zizo, I'm speaking on behalf of men now.
Men's conference.
I've changed my tune.
The problem is with women.
Yeah,
You
you
are
know-
attacking men's conference resolutions.
Yeah. Claro.
Why
Okay.
is a meninist?
You know, they listen to their friends.
Oh,
They listen to their friends. That's the biggest enemy, because of this fairy tale life they think of a perfect family, a perfect everything. And they need to learn that there are challenges along the way.
and I'm also watching a lot of movies on Netflix.
That is the problem, man. They're watching Rihanna's and running away from reality.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
we are not a script.
Yeah.
Webo. So I think that's it. That's where the things are. Webo.
Yeah.
So mtu abato wisa maintenance and thinking they will win the battle.
Yeah.
You see. So I've had a lot of friends currently who are struggling with that issue.
Yeah.
Because
What
of,
issue? Maintenance.
Yeah, the maintenance unnecessary. Well, even if a guy is doing the best, there's this guy. During the week we were talking about that
Yeah.
with some guy. He was paying around 2,000.
For one child.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many child, but then, I'm
Okay,
just giving,
napatela
and
2,000.
it's a lot of money.
Mm.
You see, so her friends told this woman that it's a small amount. He decided to go and open a case.
Maintenance.
You see, so they end up dropping them.
The amount.
You see, because of the
Yeah.
influence. Hence, I'm saying women are being influenced unnecessary. And if we can try to communicate better for the sake of our kids, you know. I saw one lady saying that I've done wrong to the father of my kids. And I like now the way we are cooperating, and I'm enjoying it with his new girlfriend. You see, that was nice for me.
It's very
Because
nice.
she managed to blend in. You see, so it's only few women who are able to do it. You are the problem, Lord.
So Larato,
We have a problem.
my question to you is, why in most cases, and I'm just generalizing, it's not
Yes.
like everyone's is doing that,
Yeah.
but I want to ask something. Why as women, the only time the father would be seen as supportive, it's when he gives out the money. Why is that? Why is it that so in most of our realities? So when you want to be there for your child, even if you don't have nothing,
Why?
you are not supporting.
Right.
By the time you spin one rand, then that's when
Yeah.
you start to become
You
a
are
real
a father
man. You
now.
are a father
You are a
now.
good
Yeah.
father.
Yes.
Even if you don't see your kids, you give them money. You're a good father.
Exactly.
You are there.
Hey, let me just start by saying that this is a disclaimer. I do not support that notion that men who give
Yeah.
money are good fathers. But I think,
Yeah.
in my opinion,
Yeah.
the the biggest struggle with raising a child is money. Ne? The biggest struggle. You can have as most of the time we have support in terms of motho salani ngwana, somebody to take care of
Yeah.
my emotional needs as a mother.
Yeah.
I have the support that I need.
Yeah.
Ne? I just don't have the money. Ne? So that is where the problem lies. We because most of the time I'm going to need money from, because ntate a tlang a hlokomelang ngwana hae, all the needs tsa ngwana, who's emotionally there, who's physically there. Ha re ba bone as bontate because they don't supply chelete. Mara, I think it's not hore we're trying to shame them or anything, but honestly, the biggest problem, the biggest issue, or the biggest challenge,
Yeah.
the biggest
Is
challenge,
enjoying this.
the biggest challenge is not having money.
Yeah.
Mara, hey, I'm going to say on behalf of all the baby mamas, game changers, we apologize for making our baby daddies feel like they don't add any value. We apologize for making you think that we don't need you. We need you, Sebat. We need you very much. We really do. We really need Montate Babana.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
we apologize, guys. We are outside, we are outdoors, and we
And this
have
is Shabville.
this Shabville
This is environment.
on the public space. So
Yeah.
there are some people who are the fans of new guys and Lerato, so they will
Yeah.
at some point disturb us somewhere somehow. But
Yeah.
hey, so what you are saying, Lerato, it's very, very important. But also the challenge that I'm having with that is in anything, whatever topics that involve relations between men and women, men are so good into giving you a very, very, very vivid and prosperous proposal of how relations should be like. But they are so very bad into implementing things.
Damn.
What's now most of the time, ne? What I've noticed as I've engaged with women is we've discussed relations and everything.
Yeah.
There was a time, I could say in what era, there was a time where men were supposed to do certain things. They were supposed, okay, we are told a man must love you, a man must provide for you, a man must, relationship get high. The relationship is the man's relationship. And then now we get there and we think, okay, we must just relax, we must make demands.
Demand.
My guy, my man must come and, help with these demands that I must supply for all my demands. You understand? So I think that's where we went wrong. We need to get to a point where we learn to communicate. Sometimes nobody's talking to you, nobody's saying anything to you.
Yeah.
Woman, so you need to get to the point where we need to get to the point where motho a kgone ho hlalosetsa hore, Prof, can you when you leave home in the evenings, maybe ulo shebella bolo le bakgotsi ba hao, and you say you're gonna come back at 10, and high sharp at 10 and you're not there, I feel unsafe and I feel scared ho ba ka tlung really one, and the next time you leave ke feel hore a ke sa o tshepa because ha o sa kgona ha o tlika 10 ska ha o no tshula. Simple. Mara motho ha tlo etsa jwalo, you come back ka 11 the following motho ha sa buisa the whole week.
Is it really about the safety, Lerato?
Yeah, it's not that.
Is it really about the safety?
No.
What's
If
my issue with being left?
Yeah.
You feel abandoned. You feel like I don't matter. And it happened
And you feel like there's someone who's occupying that
not
space.
really,
Taking your attention.
I feel more. If it's money more. If o sa fe attention at all. Like at all. Like lao le teng phone kapa shebeletse TV or what? How qoqisi what's our Tasha Kintwemi? How qoqisi? How was your day? You're not solving our problems. You're just there, but you're not there.
Yeah.
Then we have a problem. Like like you feel like you've abandoned me. I feel abandoned. Nah.
What
You
if
get-
what if he
so-
explains that I'm going to return late? Can you maybe come along with me? And you refuses.
Highly jalo ke communication. Wa bua hore, okay, I'm not gonna be. Le yena motho a mme tlamehile a etse the compromise. Like, if you want to spend time with your man, then tag along. Problem kore now we don't want to be what's the word? Flexible. We don't want to be flexible in our approach.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 does not work. Let's try so. We don't want to be a man must protect his family. Ha re tsamaye, you must allow him hore o tsamaye le ena. That way o tlo kgona ho protect a kgona ho etsa ntho, because sometimes ntho e nngwe we tlamehile re hopole as women is by denying you to do stuff like ho tsamaya kapa ho experience kapa ho sometimes o build an empire.
Yeah.
Building your empire will be easy. And who hana ntho it's a man to resent you hore what's this person ke a mo rata and I want her to be in my life. Mara jwale I constantly have to choose between yena and my goals. You understand? So ha se le jwalo o se bana le resentment man go jane ntho e le siko nke be ke ntse so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we need to start being flexible. Understand that motho wa hao as a man, as a woman hore motho wa ka ditoro tsa hae di so, and he's trying to go for his dreams, because
Yeah.
that's how na le bomme ba bang re rata ho tjho hore, like, you want a man who's ambitious, who's
Exactly.
who's a go-getter, who's
And something
goal-oriented.
on practicality.
Mara jwale ha o so tlamehile o support di-goals tse tsa hae, se tlamehile
So
jwale
it becomes an
tjhelete ya hae ya
issue.
mosebetsing e tlamehile support di-goals tsa hae kaofela, and then ka tlung ho tla tjheletenyana. Ha re sa utlwisisa, mara yet ke itse I'm going to support you, I support your dream. So kae re bana le di double standards nyana tseo,
Yeah.
and then be re tla le ka ditaele tse ding tse tswapisang. Motho a ba re hey, ke ya society tlamehile ke tene ho tenwa theme, re tena eng jean and white ka
Yeah.
putwa macamouflage ka putwa cowboy.
Gold and black.
You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then when I tell we support until
Exactly.
yet, how can you sacrifice until maybe 2 years or 3 years so that you build your family's wealth, and then
Yeah.
after 3 years or 5 years, dintho tla be se di
Much better.
kompile, you
Di ke
understand?
tsalo, yeah.
So now my thing is, guys, our men they are very weak. They are weak. They need our support. They need assurance. You know, they need, what's that saying? Behind every successful man, there's a woman.
Yeah.
Climb over that woman behind that successful man.
Yeah.
You know, you must make the sacrifices. You must make the compromises for that guy, or at least uskabana le resentment. And I'm not saying sacrifice yourself. I'm just saying be understanding.
Yeah.
Hore, okay, ka di weekend ntate wa tsamaya ka hoseng, maybe ka
Wa
4 tla ba o ya podcasting,
Yeah.
ka 4 o tla be a se a kgutlile. You'll have your time then.
Exactly.
You understand? Tlamehile o utlwisise hore ntate a kgwedi fela tlamehile lo reka di-mic.
Yeah.
You know, it's an investment. Just so
You know,
hey,
yeah.
mara le wena ntate he o tshepahale, you know, just o be trustworthy o rata keng. Ke lo reka mic, and then ka chinchi he ke tla etsa ntho tse salang ke ntho tsa ka tlung. Those are the sacrifices that we make. Those are the compromises that we make. And about me ba fine, because yena wa kgona ho etsa ho sacrifice ntho ka tlung for ntho ha ya le one.
Yeah.
You understand? So mara hey, that's just what I'm saying. I'm just gonna appeal and say that let us support our men.
You guys wanted to say something.
Hey, let us speak too much.
I always get this. You guys are telling you guys.
Yeah, man. Okay, I'll say now. I like your vision, and do you have a man? They
You
want
like
to
my
know.
vision. Thank you for liking my vision.
Do you have a man?
Hey, what's the relevance? The question are relevant guy with what I'm saying.
He's building a rapport.
For what? Ke batla ho tseba for what?
You'll know after the result.
No,
You don't.
I don't have a man.
Okay, that's fine.
Ke single, ke le single bathong.
Game changers. Here's the woman.
Ke na le bana ba itu.
Club.
Ke na le bana ba itu. Ke na le handbag le pants.
So if you want a good
And she's
man,
honest, you see.
yeah.
No.
There is a good woman.
No. Please don't make a mistake.
I'm speaking on your
Ke
behalf.
single, mara I'm not looking.
Yeah,
I'm
what was your
single and
point?
not looking. I'm not looking.
I think what she has altered it's very important and it's good. Please try to be as much as supportive as you can. Yes, we make mistakes
It's hard. It's hard.
and we're gonna make mistakes time and time again. But then no man want to see his family failing.
Absolutely.
Exactly, yeah.
So whatever they do, they want to build a legacy, like we said. They want to see their children having a better life
Than them.
so
yeah.
so I think we've Ratu been said it's very important. Support your man, your boyfriend, or whatsoever. Yeah.
So-
Last question. No, we are not done, Mr. Martin.
We are concluding.
We are
Mara, I
concluding.
want to hear.
What's your question?
I have a
What's your
question.
Wait a minute.
What's your question?
I'm on mic now.
Utlwang, bontate ba bang paka.
Do you have a kids?
Yeah.
kids.
How so Rarabi? Since
what was the
Rosata
question?
we asked, do you have kids?
What was your question? What's your question?
I get
We're not going.
I don't know. No,
We're
I
not
don't know.
We are not even using the show.
As I was ready, I don't assume
We want to know. Do you have
my
a kid?
question
Do you have
was,
one?
my
Yeah.
question is, Luna men,
Yeah.
why is it that when you see a woman early successful, a good job, or car, maybe apartment, like you prey on them, like isele lona jwale who are after girls who
That's
have
simple, Rato.
things.
You cannot. Don't finish even your question.
Isele lona like I can nele banana ba ratang bashimane ba dikoloi. But
Simple.
now isele bashimane ba banana ba.
I get you. I totally get you. And men there will agree with me.
What?
Man, that's a bargain.
Absolutely.
Leha the woman is trash, like trash meaning she's disrespectful. Mara like kapa you all are not a match. Kapa just the things they have.
No,
Yes, I'm
on that, I think,
that it's a red flag.
That's why you see them being single most of the time.
Yeah, no.
And
we run away.
They will say, man, they don't appreciate me. They're always single.
They are intimidated by
Because
my success.
there's one thing that you can do anything to men, but if you don't give respect and acknowledgement, forget. No matter how beautiful you are, no matter how wealthy you are,
it's a bargain.
For us to be attractive,
yeah,
we must have brains.
Yes.
And looks.
Yes.
And a car and a house.
No, that's the least. That is the least for
I
women.
My question.
That is the least for women. For us, we only acquire two things.
Respect
we need
and what?
Acknowledgement. Acknowledge whatever thing that I'm doing. Acknowledge the hustle that I'm trying to hustle
every
on.
little bit.
Exactly. Only those two things. We are fine. We can give you whatever list that you want. Time, massage, whatever thing. Just give us those two things.
Aeroplane,
and those two things,
aeroplane, heaven,
exactly.
all of those.
Next, Miss President and stuff like that. We can give you all of those things. But I think what makes us now to go to women who have such accumulations or maybe assets, it is because we can't spend on everything. We can't even spend all. Like we need to spend even on your facial cream, man. Like
Jalo oro
it's too
can't,
much.
like you can't or you won't kapa. How can't, what do you mean?
Yeah, I'm saying we can't support you in everything. We can't.
Can't meaning you don't have the ability to do that.
We have the ability, but we also
you
have
won't.
listen.
Or kapa priorities.
We have priority lists. You know, so that
Right.
limits us. I can't be buying a facial cream and like it's like or a roll on. Like no,
Why not?
it's too much because I still have to buy it for myself, and that is not you're not only needing that. You're gonna need something that are bigger than that also. So the basics, at least, you must be able to cover those.
Oh.
The same as you want. If a man is broke, he doesn't work. Forget you leisure fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Leisure
ladies,
fast.
let's get to a point where
So-
we can buy roll on for ourselves. Let's get to a point where we can at least
And
we
it's a
have,
good thing.
stuff
listen,
for
Larat, we
ourselves.
also have emotional intelligence. We
Mhm.
could sense if you don't have anything, nothing.
Mm.
But we can sense if we have basics. You can afford the basics, but just
You
because I'm
don't
a
want
man,
to.
no, just because I'm a man, I must.
Mm.
So that feeling of entitlement, ke yona re etsang hore
We
re
run
tend
away.
off and we run away.
Mm.
like,
Yeah, so we go for soft life now. Those ones analang apartment.
Let's take it there. The co-posts, but I missed you.
Yeah. 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 Yes. So that and I think I will advise any man that's a good target market, man.
Exactly. But before you do that, guys, find work first. Find even if it's a petty job, find it.
Yeah.
Then you can go to those target market.
It's important. Take care of yourself
Exactly.
first. Be neat, be clean.
Your body,
Yes.
your mental. Have knowledge, guys.
And when
Women are attracted to people to men who are knowledgeable.
yes,
Yes.
Absolutely
so that
correct.
you can help. You know,
100%.
like I said, that's a target market, man. Go for a woman who have a bright future.
Exactly.
You see,
Exactly.
not something. Yeah, yeah,
Have a bright future.
Of course.
yeah.
And I'm also looking for that.
And on that note, Leluna Bo may go for a man with a bright future.
Yeah, because of honestly, Lerato,
Times are
you-
tough. We need
you know
bright
that's
futures.
why we take it.
But Lerato,
Because the thing is now, the reality is not about the materials. No?
Yeah.
We are concerned of the legacy, like we think about
Exactly.
legacy. A woman who's capable to contribute, you know, she's very important and she's an asset to you, not a liability that you're gonna be always what like before. Hey, we mahala. No, you don't want those women.
But I dream hard.
Are you selling it? We just want to.
No,
are you
if
selling
if
it?
I were you, my horse, it's fine. I'll pay for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just be
Yes.
clear that
Yeah.
you want for it to be paid.
I think we need to have that
Oh, let me know
conversation.
that, yeah.
You be clear and
Yeah.
offer a minimum wage. From how much?
I
Because
think
if
this
you go
is a
below-
topic for another day.
Yeah,
I
if
think
you
this
go
is a
below
topic
that,
for another.
It's another
We
stress.
must note this now. We need to have this discussion, guys. Please don't forget.
Yeah, I'll put in my diary.
I said please. I
Yeah.
said please. I said please.
Yeah.
So you were saying before you get into that, just hold that thought. Larato mentioned something that women should also do that and go for that particular target market for men. And I'm saying
I said what they must go for.
again we are saying we have our own target market, and you said women should also have their own preferences. So I'm saying, even that is the case, ladies. Remember the words of New Guy to say, make your own decisions and stop listening to your friends, because that that is your worth. You thought about that on your own terms. So why should you listen to your friends on your own particular dream? Do they have a good heart about or a good feeling about what you are about to achieve? We
But
don't know.
women and
So-
friendships.
So hence I'm saying, if you are going to do that, let it be not because of your friends. Let that comes from your heart. You guys were saying,
Yeah, man. Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Because of while you were speaking, I'm thinking of you have this guy who's rich and everything. After that, he treats you like dirty.
yeah.
So you need you need to be careful. You need to analyze your strategy, because with that strategy, I'll go for a woman that, like we said, will respect you,
Exactly.
will know that you are a man,
And who
who values
acknowledge,
you.
yeah.
Yes, you see, because of if I attack I will escape definitely. I'm still totally useless for me.
Because the reason why I'm mentioning acknowledgement, ne, new guy in which you work past through danger early in the early hours of the morning, going to work,
Man,
and returning late in the late hours of the day. The only thing they think about is that money. They are not concerned about your safety. They're not concerned about anything. So hence I'm saying acknowledgement in any field, any sphere. It matters not whether it's
Any
about that day, any form. But before we close, we go into the original topic. I'd like to know, Larato, how would you like men to be more involved into their children's lives? Then secondly, how can we reform our family structures to have that family, because I think nowadays our children are confused when they have to have that family tree in those subjects like
You
NO
be
and
it's what's
arts and
happening on
cultures
just
especially, they become confused. And thirdly, generally in overall, what's your take in whatever thing that we spoke about? So number one, first,
how I want men to
exactly to contribute
contribute
in terms of
parenting,
parental, yeah. Then secondly, it's about how to fix reforming
family
the family structures.
structures.
Thirdly, it's your last remarks.
My last remarks, right? So in terms of parenting, what's the only thing? The only thing ebatlahalang is just love. Love, love for your child.
If sorry to interject, if you say the only thing is
I'm
love
going
alone,
to I'm going to elaborate on that.
okay,
When you love,
yeah,
when you love somebody,
Yeah.
you care about their well-being.
Yeah.
And by well-being, I mean holistical well-being.
everything,
Physically, ngwana wa
Exactly.
hlapa,
yeah.
ngwana wa ja,
Una ntho tsa tlo di apara ka tlasa.
ngwana o ya sekolong. Ha le sekolong, ngwana o hore sekolong or hae. O right na. You understand? Because there are times where there are times where ngwana hana diphahlo tse hantle tsa sekolo, and that messes up their confidence.
Exactly,
Ngwana a le
absolutely.
bohlale mara
Yeah.
ha
Hana
confident
le
ka
di-
tlelaseng,
tatagabo
ha
di etla
kgone le hore
ditaweng.
ha o thwe bana ba tsebang English ba emele man, ha
Exactly.
kgone because ha kgone, ha ba tlo shebuwa, ha ba tlo bona.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
So get to a point where you care for your child.
Yeah.
How was Lori? Sometimes I know a lot of fathers have a bana ba bona.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the end of the day, call your child. How was school?
Yeah.
Who did you
Yeah.
play with today? How was your lunch?
Absolutely.
Are you happy? Are you okay? What's bothering you? Taking care of your children's well-being.
Yeah.
Now I do that with my kids. Mara wouldn't it be amazing if
So wait,
nna ke tlo go yena, how was your day? Yo, I'm so proud of you. And then ntate wa hae a re, yo, o thotse eng. I'm really happy for you. I'm proud of you. Ngwana o hola e le ngwana a confident hore,
yeah.
you know what? La o ka re ke mobe.
I'm
Nna
making
heso ba ntjwetsitse hore ke motle, ene ke
Yeah.
motle. Ke jwetse ke mme wa ka,
Can't tell
ke
me
jwetsitse ke
otherwise.
ntate wa ka, exactly.
Yeah.
You understand? And also ditlhoko tsa ngwana hle bathong bo ntate, please stop asking us to take the kids to the clinic hle. How are clinicing where the whole day?
I don't like that.
Oh yeah, the whole day. Imagine ngwana sa kula hona jwa tlamehile ke clinicing, ke lo dula clinicing the whole day. Ha ke tlo shoot a podcast. You understand?
Yeah.
So re kopa thuso, re kopa tjhelete.
Okay, before you finish, just hold that thought, and I don't want us to be long on this one, but and I forgot this. I wanted to ask you this when we're still in our conversation. Do you, as women, sometimes consider the economical status of the father?
Yes. I did consider, I once did consider the economic situation, only to find I didn't know half of it. You know, I get it sometimes you have a boyfriend, only boyfriend till girlfriend. O try to impress, I guess.
Yeah.
I have a job, I have a car, I have this, I have that, I guess.
Yeah.
And I come from a good family. And ila solo ba mita habo, wa bona ga ke family decent. You
Yeah.
understand? I'm this, I'm this, I'm that. I've got these ambitions, I'm this, I'm that. And then how so na le ngwana? O expect ile gore ke motho has a job. And motho o tsene. So how re ha ke founa ka di 17 gola ka di 25, I'm expecting you ha ke ngwana wa kula. Kopa o romelle 300. Ke am ke mise doctor kapa ha o sna 300 he ka ola ka mfa 150 kilo mrekelang rand ke chemistry. I expect for teng.
Yeah.
And then eba disappointment I see you because I know you have a job and you know you have a child.
Yeah.
And you know you have all these things. So I'm thinking I 150 day. You understand?
Yeah.
So I think problem is that I'm more happy. So I want to also come back to your second question, Hori. How can we raise bana who are how can we reform
the
our
family
family
structure.
structures? What's a how to buhlokwa ska ho itseba taba pele. Firstly, just know yourself, where you come from. Tseba your o tsebe from morao. So that when you o jwetsa ngwana hore ke mang. What's this past few weeks? This is the third term. This past few weeks, project ngwana Sotho was who are you? Where do you come from?
Yeah.
You understand?
The
And
lineage.
the issue was that ke tlo mo jwetsa now because now I know where I come from.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him from my side.
Yeah.
Mara tlamehile a utlwe le ntate hore ntate o tswa kae.
Yeah.
Hore yena a fihle a sa a le mo. So I think ho tseba hore o tswa kae, ho tseba hore o mang.
Become a challenge.
Ho tseba hore o mang is very important because you will know your strengths, you will know your weaknesses, you will know wa tsa hona le di-families tse netse o thola hore le gifted ka something.
Yeah. Yeah.
O tlo tseba hore nna mara wa tsa hore ke rata ho etsa dijo ke ntwa haste.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you ba confident in that. You understand? O khona ho bona hore okay, nna tatwa ka o na phasa sekolong, mme wa ka o na phasa sekolong. That's why le nna ke o khona ba confident. O khona ba confident. O khona ba confident in your schoolwork. Wa tseba hore o ka phasa. Whatever o decide ho etsa o ka e pasa because of where you come from. So I think taba eo, and then more than anything, forgiveness and communication. Forgiveness, I mean, whatever ha a man impregnates a girl, basanyala. Hobana le this friction between the families.
Yeah.
Family ya habo ngwanana they ba kwata
Ba bana le anger.
ba nyetse
Management.
jwang baka. My dad said that for baby dad. Njalo na nyile jayo tinya. Njalo bona njanyana njanyana nyile jayo tinya. So hobana le that animosity or you know what. So I think also later by for my dad died as a baby dad. Guys, lana ka mthola emi kantle ka di plastic tse kana tsa diphahlo tsa na mfita fela. Na sa hello na sa wa bona. So in turn emetsa abe a tshabe ho tla wa bona. A tshabe wa bona. So kai le yona ntho ya batlahala forgiveness, like the families di tshwarelane ba kopane in raising.
So how do we reform in going to the future? How can we restructure our family structures or family trees?
Let's start with forgiveness.
Yeah.
And then let's communicate.
Okay.
Reconciliation.
Let's reconciliate. Uska tshaba ho tla habo ngwana hao. Uska tshaba ho kore o khone. Let's try hore ntatwa because ona le families tse ding tse so strict. Hore ngwana ha bile like a girl ha ka bana le ngwana out of wedlock. Ntatwa ngwana ska bona ngwana nix. You know, ngwana it's about 4 or 5 years. Asa ka bona ntatwa hai. You know,
until
so we need to get to that point, hore man. Le bontate he, at least let's observe our traditions, let's observe our cultures. How o entse ntho bathong ska ba fetla selemo so hlahe ha bo ngwana kapa 2 years so ka hlaya.
But
In which form?
if you say culturally, ne, culturally it means I get you got a you got the lady pregnant out of wedlock. So the lady's family has to be the one who reports
Yes,
the problem
yes,
first,
yes. Tlamehile
or
ba tle
the
ba tlo
pregnancy.
report hore there's a
Then
pregnancy and then
there's a
bontate
they're gonna
ba
be
tle
clean.
ba
Yes,
tlo hlaya. Yes, that's why
exactly.
ke re,
Yeah,
let's observe
yeah.
our
Guys,
cultural obligations ha re di etseng.
So
So that you know
yeah,
what re tlo kgona ho ba in this communication. Sometimes o thola hore ke na le ngwana le mhapi.
yeah,
Ha bo mhapi bana ba ha bo mhapi ba etsuwa eng. Ha fitla heso o lo nqaka.
yeah.
You understand? I won't know what to do ka ngwana o.
yeah, Elgato.
So we need to get to the point where
Mm.
we communicate, we forgive, we move.
Your last remarks.
My last remarks is parenting is hard because it's not only male ntate le ngwana, it involves families, it involves lives, maphelo a batho, especially abana who are, you know, ba sa tsebeng nix. They don't know anything. So what I'm saying, basically what I'm saying is that let's work hard for these beautiful souls of ours. Let's work to make sure that they are well physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and otherwise.
All right, thank you. Here you got it, Game Changers from Lerato. Please comment on the comment section to hear your thoughts and what do you think about her ways paving into the future. And yeah, new guy
Mm-hmm.
up next.
No.
Number one, what do we need from women as baby daddies? Number two,
Yeah.
how can we reform our family structures? How can we rebuild those family structures? Obviously, it won't be the same as the previous one that we're used to, but building towards the future, how can we reform? How can we make the family structure to be more meaningful to our children? Because now I think they are confused. Then, thirdly, your last remarks. Number one, remember, you start with how would you
What
like
do you
to
what you
have
require?
relationship and what do you need from your baby mama?
Communication. No?
Yeah,
Don't be entitled for some of things. I'm trying to be short because of we've been here for a very long time.
yeah,
Communication, and don't be entitled for some of things. The second one, for family tree, I think like Lerato, I think we need to ascribe these boundaries. Ne? It's alright. Family how tlamehile tlise bo 1 2 3 wa bo. I think we need to engage as a families. More especially it's about you and I, for the sake of our kids.
mm,
So we need to put your parents and my parents say that let's put this child first. I'll end in that mode. The other one, it's
your last remarks.
my last remark.
With regards to everything that you spoke about.
Guys, be, especially men, be true to your woman, especially I think finances. Don't be afraid that you'll lose her. Because of Lerato said, she was expecting more that you will provide. Eventually, you cannot. You
Yeah.
see, I think you need to be clear. Rather lose, man. Rather
Yeah.
lose. You know,
Then
the-
lose yourself.
yeah, there'll be someone who will appreciate you as you are. So yeah, that is that. Because of I think we're running out of time.
We
Mr.
are out
Mab.
of time, man.
Yeah.
So Game Changers, thank you very much for watching this episode. And if you saw value on this episode, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like and share our content into with other people from other platforms. Yeah. For my closing, I would say, guys, if you are on your early and late 20s, that is the time for trial and error. That is the trial and error. So when you commit into relationships, we don't commit. We commit with the commitment that we envisage to get married to these particular people. But if it is time for us to part our ways, and you see that this chapter has ended in this motion, do so. Chop and change as many as you can up until you find that particular person. Because once you become mature, chop and change, man. If it doesn't work for you,
I
change.
agree. I agree.
If it doesn't work for you,
don't
change.
make babies while chopping and changing. Please don't make babies.
Unfortunately, we are not in control with the nature. That's the unfortunate thing.
And sorry, my Zidane said he wants money from woman. Dad,
he wants money from women.
Yeah, they should support them.
Yeah,
financially.
I previously, he's right at some point. Previously,
he's in the woman business. He will get money from the women.
Previously, women were claiming that they were left alone. They were not being given access to jobs.
Let's go 50-50.
Businesses, and they went for that negotiation of 50-50. And now I think they should also suffer some consequences that we suffer as men.
50-50.
Yeah. So, but that's not my point. My point is that, guys, chop and change in your early 20s
as much as
towards your because every experience, it's a chapter towards rebuilding yourself, and to build yourself with experience, and also along the way gain knowledge. Remember that transition period, metamorphosis. We need to have that we need to have that developmental stages. We need to have that transition from being a little boy to being a very matured man, So that's my take. But please, guys, comment on the comment section. And yeah, man, I'm your host, Mohabi Mkereta. I'm the cycle breaker, and I'm struggling to become a remarkable personage. I thank you all. Bye-bye.
Stay blessed.